Welcome to the show, Timeout with Trey Scott, episode 19. We're back for our weekly show for the summer. I got the newly hired, not a stranger, Coach Brandon Battle with me.
Nice to meet you, man. Nice to be here.
Hey, man, I've been waiting for this interview or our lunch that we're going to have soon.
Yeah.
Let's talk, man. Let's get up to date. Let me throw down some facts right quick for our viewers that don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I know the South Lenoir community knows you, but going into your third year coaching at South Lenoir.
Yeah.
I didn't write this down. So how many years did you coach back home?
Started in 2017, so this is going on year 8, I think.
Okay.
Year 8 or 9.
You a vet?
Yeah, and something like that.
Yeah. And football, basketball. Did you coach anything else back home at South
Baseball.
Creek? In baseball. I should have known that one.
Baseball.
That don't help you right there. South Lenoir's going to pull you in soon. All right, South Creek athlete, 3-sport, football, baseball, basketball, well-rounded. The fun fact is athletic director Will Harrell, the head football coach, you were able to coach under him back home.
Yeah. He pulled me into coaching, yep.
We'll talk more about that. After high school, you went to college, the North Carolina Wesleyan for baseball.
Yep.
What position?
Outfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you a dog? You go get it?
I was
okay.
like that.
Hit right hand, left hand?
Left hand. I throw righty, but hit left.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's special. Finish your education at ECU,
Yep.
sports study major. Talk a little bit more about your coaching career at South Lenoir. You went you're the South Lenoir JV head coach for football, and you were the South Lenoir basketball coach, JV basketball coach, and you coached DB coach, and you were the DB coach. I'm sorry, I'm putting it all together. That's my intro. Thank you to the show. Let's get down. Let's talk. First, let's talk about coaching under Will Harrell. I love Will.
Oh yeah.
And anybody that goes and talks to Will, he's gonna talk to you a lot and give you a lot of information.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gonna talk to you, but like he's the reason that I kind of got into coaching because when I transferred to ECU, I was done playing baseball. I was just going to school. I got a Facebook message, hey, you want to come coach? And I ain't really think about coaching at that point, but he was consistent, so he hit me up again, like, you want to come coach? So I went out there, practice for football, and I've been locked in ever since. So he's a big reason why I'm in this profession that I am. I probably would have been in it one way or the other, but at that particular time, he was the person that brought me in, and we've been rolling ever since.
I've known him for about 2 years now. I think he's a great guy. Like I said, when me and Coach Harrell talk, we talk like for 30, 40 minutes, and I love it. I mean, we just talk about everything. He's just a good guy. But let's talk about how good of a coach he is. You have more insight than I know. Mm-hmm. What's he doing at South Lenoir right now?
Man, first of all, like, if you want to talk X's and O's for football, like, that's your guy. Like, I don't really know too many coaches where if I put Will in the room and another coach in the room, when they're talking X's and O's, like, my money would be on Will because, like, he know his stuff inside and out, and he break it down to a level where, okay, depending on what personnel he got or what kind of kids he got, he'll break it down. He won't get too complicated, keep it simple but effective. Mm-hmm. Like, he's that type of coach, and he's going to go to bat for you. On the field, off the field, he's going to be there for you. He's a good coach, great coach.
And you might have just answered my next question, but what type of coach is he outside of the X's and O's? Is he a player coach? Is he stern? Is he hard? Is he all of it? You know, what type of coach are you getting when you play for Coach Harrell or coach under Coach Harrell?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of both. Like, he'll joke with you, have fun, but when it's time for business, it's time for business. So he'll have his fun, but if it's game time or if it's game day, you stay out his way. You just be over there, try not to get in his way. But he's a good overall person.
And one thing I don't even know if I announced this, but I announced that you were the JV head football coach, you were the JV basketball coach, but also recently named the varsity basketball coach for South Lenoir. Congratulations on that. How does that feel to get that title? And that's a big step. It's a big job.
It is. I feel like timing is everything. This year, like with this situation that I was presented, I feel like, okay, I've been in this coaching thing for a little bit now, and I felt like I was ready to be a varsity coach because I know that comes with a lot of responsibilities off the court, like dealing with parents, dealing with physicals, dealing with like scheduling and everything. So being announced it was a great feeling. I got a lot of love from the South Lenoir community, a lot of love from back home in Martin County. Everybody rooting for me. So it was a great feeling.
That's cool, man. And I don't know if I'm supposed to leak out this information that Harold told me, but he said he's been trying to push you to be the head coach. Like, you told him not yet.
Yeah. Because my motto is every opportunity isn't a great opportunity. Like, yes, I wanted to be a head coach, but I wanted to be on my time.
There you go.
I wanted to be where I'm comfortable enough. Like, I'm in a position where my players, I'm able to give them all of me, and I got enough knowledge to put them in the best position to succeed.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
I skipped over the JV basketball record, which I think is very important to highlight. I mean, 17-4 last year, and let's put it out there. South Lenoir is not known to have great basketball programs. Kinston dominates the headlines, always, just historically because they're Kinston. And they always, some way or another, find ways to get the best talent. But 17-4 JV basketball, 3 out of 4 of those losses were by 1 point. How was that last year? Like, that's a heck of a season, heck of a run. I mean, how fun was it? And what kind of kids did you have?
Man, last season, one word, electric.
Okay.
It was electric. Like, starting off, we was like 6-0. Like these guys, this group of guys right here, man. I told them that during the season, and I tell them that to this day right now. They are special. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by special is, yes, you have athletes come and go, but this group right here, like, they stuck together through thick and thin, through injuries, through the outside noise. Like, they didn't let any of that, 9th and 10th graders at that, they didn't let none of the outside noise get to them. Like, they stuck together. Even after the losses, man, they was more upset than I was, and I was very upset. Like, they knew the special, like, they knew what type of special bond that they had, and they knew that this was something special right here. So they knew that during the season, they stuck to it. Didn't have no off the court issues really, and they was just fun to be around. Season. Yeah, it was fun to be around.
Good deal, man. Before we jump into all 3 sports as I planned, let's talk about, you're from a small town community in South Creek, and I think we talked about this. It's Martin County area. Is that Williamston?
Yeah, Williamston, Robertsonville. Don't forget Robertsonville.
I'm sorry. Correct me. Get me right.
Yeah, Robertsonville.
I'm very proud from the small areas I'm from too. So I'm with you there. Get me right. Teach me. Translate that to coming to Deep Run. How cool, how good, what's the good, what's the bad, if any bad, that, at South Lenoir. And let me take the bad out. We're not going to talk about nothing bad, but no, how's it being embedded into that culture of South Lenoir? Because it's different in Deep Run. They care a little bit extra in Deep Run.
Oh yeah, like you said, both small areas. Coming from Robertsonville, when you come from a small area, everybody knows everybody. Kind of the same way at Deep Run. You can run into the math teacher at Family Dollar. You can run into a parent like up the street. But they really embrace me. I haven't felt out of place here. Whenever they see me in school or outside of school, it's always, hey, how you doing? Glad for you to be here. It's just been great, pretty much, yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. It's a great community to be coaching for, and then add on top of that, you got Will Harrell, somebody that you trust.
Right.
And you got that connection. It sounds like you're going to have a great time and some great years coming ahead.
I appreciate that.
No problem, man. So where I officially met you at is not where you were coaching, is where you were being a fan. You were at the South Lenoir baseball game, and I talked to you. It wasn't this year, it was last year. Just went up, talked to you, introduced myself, and let's talk about some baseball. Let's talk about some South Lenoir baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, we got some legit years coming ahead.
Man, we do, man. We got some dogs at South Lenoir, man. We got some dogs like Jake Howard, man. Yeah. He's one of them ones where he's special, and he's coming off an injury. He played this year, but wasn't able to pitch. But he's coming off an injury, man. You got All-American Barnett, Braden Barnett. Yeah. He's just a great kid, man.
He is, man.
I love.
He's a Tar Heel too. So.
Oh yeah, yes.
I don't know if you are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I rock with the Tar Heels. Yeah. But just that whole group, man. They are special. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had 2 starters that were seniors last year.
Yep.
Adam and
Braxton.
Yep. So they got
They got couples coming back. Gage. I mean, they got
Tadpole.
Yeah.
Like,
we can't leave that.
Oh yeah, like they have a good group, and like what I like about this community, they all play baseball outside of just school ball. Like they play Legion ball, they play Scholastic ball.
Yep.
Like they are dialed in, they are invested into baseball, and
100%.
It shows on the field. Like you see the results, and I'm just happy for those guys, man, because those are great guys, and I wish them nothing but the best.
No doubt. And I think they're going to have a great year. Did you come to the Green Central playoff game?
I did.
That was more than, and I say we because I'm a Ram. That was more than what we wanted. I mean, they brought it. They brought it. I mean, down to the fifth inning. Was it 1-0 or 1-1? And oh man, and Tadpole was dealing.
He was dealing, man. He was dealing.
Y'all were 3 errors away from beating us, and that's a lot. Don't get me wrong, but that was a great game.
Watch out for him next year, man.
100%.
That team is coming.
100%. All right, let's roll into, well, before I leave baseball, which this is going to be connected to basketball, is there any connection with Paul Nowicki there? With he was a former basketball coach 2 years ago. He was a stud athlete at South Lenoir. He's the man. What can you say about Paul?
Man, Paul laid back, smooth. When it's time for business, it's time for business. But that's Paul, a type of guy where you don't mind being around because you're going to have fun, you're going to learn, and you just going to have a good time around him. He knows his sports, whether that's baseball, football, or basketball. Like he just knows sports. Like he knows the ins and outs of every sport, and he's just a fun, great person to be around.
But I'm more so asking, and if there's not a relationship there, I don't mean that in a negative way, but is there a coaching relationship there between you two?
Oh yeah. Coming in last year for basketball, I was his assistant.
Okay.
Like on varsity, I was his assistant. He put me under his wing. I learned from him, and even this past year with the JV, a couple of his drills that I saw him do, I incorporated that into my practices, and it worked wonders, man.
Big family, huh?
Yep.
All right, rolling into football before we get into basketball. Football season, JV head coach, DB coach for varsity. JV season started out great, 2-0. A lot of injuries on varsity and mass exodus. Everybody goes up to varsity. The season didn't end like you wanted, but how was the season, JV and varsity, and what can we look forward to?
Football?
Yeah, football.
It was also fun. Like you said, it started out 2-0. That group also was fun to be around. Football. With football comes injuries, and you got to do what you got to do. Got to move players up. That way you can have enough players to play football, because we were short-staffed. So when everybody moving around, you 9th and 10th grade playing up on varsity against Wallace and Southwest, that's going to be tough. But barring no injuries, we should be decent this year.
Good deal. Now, how is are you coaching?
Coaching football?
Yes. Okay. So is there any change to your coaching knowing that you got basketball? Because you're head honcho in basketball now. It's your program. Summer basketball, the summer programs.
It's already started.
There's pulls and ties from football from that, pulling your way a little bit. How are you managing that?
I knew what I was getting myself into, and I feel like it wouldn't be fair to me to short the kids, to think more about basketball than football. So whoever play football and play for me or play in my position, I'm going to give them 110%. And then so my day-to-day right now for Monday, I got a job. I work from 7 to 12, and then from 1 to 3, I got basketball. From 5:30 to 8, I got football. I knew what I was getting myself into, but I'm not going to give more effort in basketball and then get to football and treat the kids different.
Right.
That's just something I'm not going to do.
Good deal. All right, so we're heading to our main topic, basketball. What's your vision? Taking over this role, you're excited. You finally feel like you're ready to take over the head spot. What's your vision? What's your style? Just give me anything. What's your plan? What's in your head right now when you think about South? I know you're locked in on football right now, but I also know you're locked in on basketball.
Oh yeah, go both ways.
So let's talk basketball. What you got coming up? What you think's going to happen, or how do you plan on running the show?
Just starting from the ground up. Starting with the summer workouts. We have summer workouts. We have about 18, 17 to come every day, Mondays and Wednesdays. And the big picture is just to build a program that's respectable young men. And I'm doing that through basketball. We're going to run and gun. We're going to get up and down the court. We're not going to take no breaks on defense. We're going to play both ends of the floor. Like that's just what we're going to do. We're going to be some dogs out there. We're going to dive for loose balls. We're going to do things the right way. And when you do things the right way over time, good things will happen. So we locked into the process right now. Like the end goal is going to come, but we locked into the process of getting better every day as student athletes and just as men in general. Because I feel like those are connected. Good men, great student athletes. Like success is going to come. It's just a matter of when.
That's right. And the character, like you, and this all talking about the character, but when you have that good character of I do the right things even when nobody's looking, that's when the success comes behind it because you know they're doing what you ask them to do.
Yes, sir.
How have them practices been so far? The 1 through 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. The 1 through 3 o'clock practices, like you said, you got good numbers, 17, 18. Yeah. Is it mostly your JV guys that you had, or is it a combination of both?
It's a mixture of both, and even some 8th graders, like some rising 9th graders. So it's growing pains. Like we've trying to get the fundamentals down, then we're getting more into what we're going to run as a coaching staff, like me, Coach Short, Coach Sumner, because those are the 2 coaches that's on my coaching staff. But it's some growing pains. It's the summer. We working. But we're going to get there. It's going to get there.
So is Carolina going to sweep Duke again this year?
Best believe it. Best believe it, man.
Coach, that's all I got today, man. Thanks for coming.
Yes,
it's been
sir.
Great. We're going to have our lunch very soon.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you having me.
Man, no problem. We're a fan. You talk to my team and everybody's a fan. We're pulling for you. They hired the right guy.
I appreciate that.
Hey, you got a fan with us.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem. This is Brandon Battles, Trey Scott. See you next week.